Good taste is easy to spot, but hard to pin down. You know it when you see it. With your car, you want something sophisticated and daring, yet classic, approachable, but with an air of opulence. That's where the Range Rover Evoque comes in. The Range Rover Evoque is charisma in motion, art and craft in equal measure. Its exterior is a quietly bold expression of Range Rover DNA with a floating roof, continuous waistline, and three-dimensional grille that give it a captivating character. Inside, you'll find a calm, minimalist cabin anchored by a tactile gear shifter where clean lines, sumptuous materials, and advanced technology come together. Make a statement in the Range Rover Evoque. This elegant SUV elevates every drive, offering a new dimension of refinement and luxury. Whether you prefer a modern aesthetic or a warmer, authentic appearance, the Evoque's interior can be tailored to your taste. Ready to experience sophisticated design and premium materials in motion? Explore the Range Rover Evoque at LandRoverUSA.com. This is Optimal Living Daily, Fear of the Unknown, How to Overcome It, by Jeff McClung with NoSidebar.com, and I'm Justin Malik. And we're going to jump right into another article as we optimize your life. Fear of the Unknown, How to Overcome It, by Jeff McClung with NoSidebar.com. For several years, my wife and I tried to have kids. When we couldn't conceive after the first few years, we went to several doctors to see what the problem was. They couldn't find one. So we kept trying, but still couldn't get pregnant. Finally, after a lot of tears, discussion, advice, and research, we decided to adopt. After a year and a half of classes, paperwork, interviews, and waiting, we got the call that every parent who wants to adopt dreams about. We had been placed with a beautiful 3-day-old girl. But there was a problem. While her birth mother had signed off her parental rights, her birth father had not. At the time, no one was certain of who her birth father was. Before any adoption of this child could be finalized, her birth father had to be discovered, and he'd have to agree to sign off on his parental rights like her birth mother had. The fear of the unknown. All of these unknowns didn't change the fact that this baby needed a home now. Our social worker gave us the night to decide what we wanted to do. We paced back and forth, talking through all the pros and cons. We thought a lot about what would happen if things didn't work out the way we hoped. We would be placed with a baby that we so desperately wanted and yearned for, to love and care for, only to potentially have her ripped out of our lives through no fault of our own. As scary as the potential of that was to us, it became overshadowed by what could be if things worked out for us. We would be parents. We would have a baby to raise and call our own. It'd be the fulfillment of a lifelong dream. We decided to move forward with the placement. We called our social worker, told her we were in, and got a few last-minute supplies from the store. Here is one of the many things we learned from our daughter's adoption experience about dealing with the unknown. When you're afraid of the unknown, focus on the good that could be, not on the bad that might be. My wife and I are pretty cautious people. We don't move forward with many things without first doing our homework and weighing the pros and cons. Certainly, that's what we did with our daughter's adoption. That next year was a terrifying adventure for us. We spent that year in and out of court, battling for our daughter. There were a lot of dark days for us along the road to making our daughter a forever McClung. There were many days we thought we would lose her. When those fears would creep up, and they did quite often, we reminded ourselves of the good that could be, not the bad that might be. And this focus helped carry us through the toughest year of our lives, struggling with the fear of the unknown. For you, maybe your company has been having some tough times, forcing them to lay you off. Maybe you're about to graduate from high school or college, but you're not sure what you're going to do after graduation. Or maybe you got some bad news about your health from the doctor and you're not sure what this means for you and your family. Whatever situation you find yourself in, when you're worried about the unknown, ask yourself this question: what good things could this situation make possible? Being laid off from your current job could give you the time you need to find your dream job. The crash in the economy could give you the opportunity to get rid of the clutter in your home and learn better ways of managing your money. Graduation could give you the opportunity to travel, volunteer, and discover what it is you really want to do with your life. A health scare could be what you've needed to focus on the things that really matter in your life and give more attention to the pursuits and people who you love most. Seeing the uncertain social, political environment in our world today could be what inspires you to take action and do something to help others in need. Why we fear the unknown. We fear the unknown because of what it could take from us, when we should focus our attention more on the good that could come out of it if we work at it patiently. It took over a year for my wife and I to finalize our daughter's adoption. In addition to becoming the parents to the most amazing little girl in the whole world, we've become much closer as a couple and stronger as a family. We were the recipients of an overwhelming outpouring of love and support that we had never experienced up to that point, none of which would have happened if we had given in to the fear of the unknown. Don't let the fear of the unknown keep you from experiencing a life greater than you have ever known. You just listened to the post titled, Fear of the Unknown, How to Overcome It, by Jeff McClung with NoSidebar.com, and I'll be right back with my commentary. Everything from our watches to our light bulbs is getting smarter. Isn't it time your e-commerce business caught up? Enter ShipStation, the game-changing solution that's revolutionizing how businesses handle shipping. As someone who's experienced the power of ShipStation firsthand, I can't overstate how transformative it's been for my operations. The ability to manage orders from over 180 platforms in one dashboard is a lifesaver. But what really blew me away was the automation. With a click, I'm printing shipping labels and saving hours of manual work. And let's talk about those carrier discounts. We're talking up to 89% off UPS, DHL Express, and USPS rates. It's like having a secret weapon in the competitive world of e-commerce. ShipStation isn't just about saving money, though. It's about scaling smart. You can boost efficiency all while bringing your costs down. Lead your e-commerce business into a smarter future with the shipping software that delivers. Switch to ShipStation today. Go to ShipStation.com and use code OLD to sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, code OLD. Thank you to Jeff, a guest writer on NoSidebar. It sounds like such a tough spot to be in and where unknowns can really get the best of them. I'm not sure I could make that kind of decision like they did. And while their situation was really a big one, I'm glad he brought up other cases, someone graduating from college or high school, dealing with uncertainty in a job and so on, because it's all relative. Those could feel just as big to us, and we all have to deal with uncertainty in different ways. It's really easy to get overwhelmed in those situations, but maybe if we can shift our perspective even just a tiny bit, we can feel a positive difference. And getting through that uncertainty and fear, that's growth, which I think is why we're here in the first place. So maybe we can try to look at our fears a bit differently today, thinking about what could go right instead of wrong. Because even if it doesn't go exactly to plan, we will have grown in some way. So thank you again to Jeff for sharing his story, and thank you for being here. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow with another article and where your optimal life awaits.